today is morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And the event has come to an end, huh?
Yes, so we're just seeing a few light snow showers this morning. It shouldn't really cause too much accumulation, but we did see close to a foot of snow in a lot of our places yesterday.
A long duration. A big shout out to all the DPW crews out there that did a great job over that long period.
Yes, so like I said, it was going to fall all day yesterday, so we didn't wake up with all the snow, but we ended with a lot of snow.
Yeah, a lot of exercise got in yesterday.
Yes, for sure. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few flurries still kind of moving through, a few lighter snow showers south of us in Madison and Shenango counties, along with up north in Lewis County. This will look to wrap up here this morning, and we will be seeing dry and cloudy skies for the afternoon, but it's going to be pretty cold today because it's going to be windy. So right now our temperatures in the 20s, but our feels like temperatures are actually in the lower teens. We have 25 degrees in Whitesboro and 24 degrees in Cooperstown. So flurries and light showers do continue this morning. We will dry out this afternoon, but it will be cold and windy with cloudy skies, and a few peaks of sun are actually possible this evening, with some sunshine continuing tomorrow in between the breaks in those clouds. So for today, expect flurries and then cloudy skies with a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset. It's going to be cold and windy, and then we'll talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Let's get right to it now. This storm left a good amount of snow in driveways, and while it's not something we all look forward to, if you live here, it's just one of those things that has to get done. Folks were out shoveling, plowing, and snow blowing all day yesterday across the area. Some we talked with don't care too much for the snow and say we definitely, though, have had a pretty easy winter.
If you live around here long enough, you just got to deal with it, you know what I mean? And you're used to it. It's better than floods and all that other stuff.
I look at the weather out west. Tornadoes, hurricane, blah, 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 earthquakes, you know, floods, you know, and I look at here, and especially now with the global warming and all that. This is nothing. We get, what, 4 or 6 weeks of bad snow, so what?
Actually, it's been kind of easy, I think. We haven't gotten pummeled with this much snow like all winter. It hasn't been bad. And you know, your weather team, they're good, I think.
And we should consider ourselves lucky. It was 6 years ago yesterday that Superstorm Stella dropped 3 feet of snow. Well, this is some incredible video coming up right now. A Delta
The Oneonta is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. We did still receive some snow accumulation overnight last night, and we are still seeing a few light snow showers and flurries this morning. So when heading out the door, I would definitely grab the brush and the ice scraper because it is pretty chilly, so any snow that did fall on the windshield definitely froze up a little bit. Maybe warm up the car to help with that, and it is pretty cold. Temperatures in the 20s with feels like temperatures in the lower teens. So hat and gloves, the coat, the snow boots, because we are still seeing some snow on any untreated areas, and so just be careful of that when heading out this morning. It's going to remain windy today, so wind chills are going to be up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside. It will drop down to just a breeze for tomorrow and Friday, but then it will get windy once again for Saturday. So it looks like our weekend is showing some light rain and snow showers that are going to be possible on Saturday with cloudy skies, and on Sunday we will remain cloudy as well. A few light snow showers are actually possible up in the North Country. Saturday is going to be a little bit warmer than Sunday. Highs on Saturday in the mid-30s, but then on Sunday just in the upper 20s. Gary.
Anna, thank you. Following a rough trading day on Monday,
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with still a few lingering snow showers this morning, but we will dry out this afternoon. It's just going to be cold and windy today. Let's take a look at our mountain ice tower camera overlooking Oneonta. As we can see here, still some snow on the roads. Roads are plowed, but it still may be a little bit slippery when heading to wherever you are going this morning. So just be careful of that. And it is pretty windy outside. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. As we can see, lingering flurries on the eastern portion of of our viewing area, but on the western portion, we are seeing some light snow showers. This looks like it is coming from lake effect at this point with the way that the wind is coming out of the northwest. This looks to come to an end this afternoon, later today, and we will be seeing cloudy skies and windy conditions. It's going to feel pretty chilly outside today. This morning we are in the 20s, but feels like temperatures up to 15 degrees below this. So we have 27 degrees in Dowdesville and 28 degrees in Little Falls. And if we look to the south, we have 25 degrees in Cooperstown, Hamilton, and in Sherburne. But our feels like temperatures are in the lower teens. Being measured now at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome, it feels like 13 degrees outside. So that's around 15 degrees lower than the actual temperature. So keep that in mind. It's going to be pretty chilly today with high wind speeds, gusts up to 35 to 40 miles per hour. So far this morning, I am getting another look at our snowfall totals sent in from our sky watchers and anyone that does have snowfall totals from the whole event, because we did see some extra snow accumulation last night. So far we have Morris got 14.5 inches of snow, Old Forge just under a foot, and then Westdale, which is in the western portion of our viewing area, just got 3 inches. So it looks like the eastern portion of our viewing area really did receive almost a foot, even over a foot of snow from the whole day and the whole event yesterday and last night. So heading out the door this morning, just gotta keep in mind that you probably need a couple extra minutes. Any snow that did fall on the windshield froze over. A thick layer of frost outside, probably need to warm up the car as well. Looking into our weekend, we are going to be seeing the chance for some light rain and snow showers making a return for Saturday. It's definitely not going to cause any accumulation. It looks like we will be seeing some light rain and just some snow mixed in there as temperatures reach the mid-30s, and then we will be cloudy and dry on Sunday. So for the rest of today, expect those snow showers this morning to clear out for the afternoon. We will remain cloudy and windy with temperatures in the mid-30s. A few peaks of sunshine are possible right before sunset, but then we see an increase in cloud cover. Sorry, I'm always sneezing in the studio. I see an increase in cloud cover tomorrow morning, and then we will be seeing cloudy skies again for tomorrow with a few peaks of sunshine, especially in the southern valleys. High temperatures will actually reach right near and in the low 40s, so it should feel a little bit better tomorrow. So for the rest of today, expect flurries and light showers. We dry out with a few peaks of sunshine this evening. It's going to be windy today, and then we see an increase in cloud cover again overnight. Tomorrow, a few peaks of sunshine are possible. Highs reach the low 40s, and light rain returns on Friday, Gary.
It's finally behind us. It seemed like a long 2 days, didn't it?
Yes, it was Monday night, then yesterday, then even last night a little bit. So we're good now.
A lot of people just stayed in and enjoyed it from inside.
Yes, I wish I could have done that.
Hannah, thanks. The time now coming up is 5:21. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And you made that quick jump from the Weather Center all the way over here.
Yes, ran over here real quick, sat down.
You're fast.
Yes, I was busy over there. No, but right now we're just seeing a few light snow showers and flurries, and then that will end, but it's just going to be cold and windy today.
And we saw on that Oneonta camera earlier, it's pretty windy out there down there already.
Yes, so blowing snow could be an issue as well. Anything that's piled up could blow around this morning. So let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. Flurries for the eastern portion of our viewing area, and then we see lighter snow showers for the western portion. That's actually coming in from some lingering lake effect with the way the wind is blowing. So just keep that in mind, but this looks to come to an end this afternoon. It's just going to be cold and windy today with cloudy skies. With our temperatures in the 20s this morning, it actually feels up to 15 degrees cooler than this. So we have 24 degrees in Whitesboro, 21 degrees in Richfield Springs, and in Earlville, feeling up to 10 to 15 degrees cooler than that. We are seeing flurries and a few lighter showers this morning. It will remain cold and windy today as we dry out. A few peaks of sunshine are possible right before sunset this evening, and then we see a few more peaks of sunshine tomorrow with warmer weather, highs in the low 40s. So for today, expect flurries and light showers this morning with cloudy skies for the rest of the day. A few peaks of sunshine this evening, and it's going to be windy. And I will talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, we got our hands on some Ring security.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We are seeing light flurries and snow showers this morning on our Yorkville battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and this is actually picking up from lake effect because we are seeing a wind coming out of the northwest, and it will be pretty heavy today with gusts up to 40 miles per hour, so it is going to feel pretty chilly outside. The flurries and the snow showers, they look to end, I would say, this afternoon, not this morning. It's going to be cold and windy with cloudy skies for the afternoon, and then we see a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset with a few more peaks of sunshine tomorrow with highs in the low 40s tomorrow, so actually feel a little bit better for the day tomorrow. But wind chill values today are going to feel very, very cold. Right now we're in the mid to upper 20s, but feels like 13 degrees at the Rivers Park Airport in Rome. So pretty chilly outside this morning, and it is going to remain windy and cold for the day. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. The Food and Drug Administration is updating the fact.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are still seeing a few light snow showers and flurries this morning, but we will dry out this afternoon. It's just going to remain cold and windy today. Let's take a look at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. Already pretty windy this morning here, and we are seeing some snow still on the road. So although it's plowed, it still may be a little bit slippery if you are heading out to wherever you have to get to here this morning. And I would maybe give myself a little bit extra time to head out the door because there's a thick layer of frost. We did still see some snow showers overnight, and that did freeze over as we were all below freezing. So make sure to grab the ice scraper or the brush or use the car starter here this morning. Here is our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're not fully dry. We are seeing a few flurries to our eastern portion of our viewing area and a few light lake effect showers to the western portion. As we can see here, wind is blowing from the northwest, blowing off the lakes. We are seeing a few snow showers from that, but that looks to dry out this afternoon. It's just going to remain cloudy and cold today as we do remain windy. So temperatures this morning are in the 20s, 22 degrees in Inlet, 24 degrees in Whitesboro. And if we look to the south, 25 degrees in Cooperstown and in Norwich and Hamilton. But if we look at our feels like temperature being measured at the Rivers Park Airport in Rome, it feels like 13 degrees. So it feels up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside. So make sure you bundle up today. It is going to remain windy for the entire day. And then looking this morning, just what measurements that I got this morning with accumulation fell last night as well. We are looking at 14.5 inches in Morris, a little bit over a foot in New Hartford, a little bit less than a foot in Old Fort, and then just 3 inches in Westdale because Westdale is on our western portion, and this was a nor'easter that dumped more snow towards the east. So this is what I did get for snowfall totals this morning for the whole event, as we are mostly dried out now. We are going to be seeing the return to actually some rain showers for both Friday and Saturday this weekend. Saturday, there is the possibility for some light snow to mix in there as well since we are so close to freezing. But then on Sunday, it does remain pretty cold, cloudy with highs just in the upper 20s. So for the rest of today, we will be seeing flurries lingering and light snow showers this morning. By the afternoon, we look to start to dry out with cloudy skies, still pretty windy, and we see a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset this evening. Clouds quickly increase again overnight though, and we will be seeing more clouds to start tomorrow morning, but peaks of sunshine are possible throughout the day tomorrow, especially south of the Mohawk Valley, and it gets warmer with highs in the low 40s. So for today, expect some light showers to start. We dry out to clouds, and then clouds make way for some sunshine this evening. It remains really cold and windy, and tonight we will see an increase in cloud cover once again. A few peaks of sunshine are also possible tomorrow, and we warm up to highs in the low 40s. A return to a cold rain comes in for both Friday and Saturday. Saturday gets cool enough to mix in with some snow showers, Gary.
So, this two-day event behind us, and
Yes.
hopefully we don't have another big two-day event
Yes,
coming
I
up.
hope not, because first day of spring is on Monday, so hopefully it starts to feel like spring.
Yeah, let's hope. Well, the time right now is 5:52. Still ahead on, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And you've been tracking some storms the past couple of days.
Yes, so today we're just seeing a few flurries and some light snow showers this morning. We will dry out later, but it's just going to be cold and windy.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a long thing, so it wasn't all a big deluge all at once.
Yes, so we saw like Monday night and then all yesterday and then a little bit last night as well.
And definitely a shout out to those DPW crews out there as they were working for long hours over the last 2 days.
Yes, for sure. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few flurries in our eastern portion of the viewing area, but then a few light showers to the western portion because we actually are seeing a few lake effect snow showers picking up this morning just from the way the wind is blowing out of the northwest. We will continue to see windy conditions for the whole day today, so it's going to feel pretty cold. Temperatures are in the 20s, but it feels like the lower teens. 27 degrees in Little Falls and 24 degrees in Cooperstown. So flurries and light showers here this morning, but it will be cold, windy, and cloudy today. A few peaks of sunshine come in right before sunset, and then we see a few more peaks of sunshine tomorrow. We actually warm up tomorrow as well with highs in the low 40s. So for the rest of today, expect to dry out later this afternoon, but it will be cloudy and windy, and then a few areas of sun come in right before sunset. It's going to be pretty cold out there today, so make sure you bundle up. I will talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Let's get right to it now. This storm left a good in driveways, and while it's not something we all look forward to, if you live here, it's just one of those things that has to get done. Folks were out shoveling and snow blowing all day yesterday across the area, and we talked to some who really don't care too much for the snow and say we definitely, though, have had a pretty easy winter.
If you live around here long enough, you just got to deal with it, you know what I mean? And you're used to it. It's better than floods and all that other stuff.
I look at the weather out west. Tornadoes, hurricane, blah, 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 earthquakes, floods, and I look at here, and especially now with the global warming and all that. This is nothing. We get, what, 4 or 6 weeks of bad snow, so what?
Actually, it's been kind of easy, I think. We haven't gotten pummeled with this much snow like all winter. It hasn't been bad. And your weather team, they're good, I think.
Well, we should consider ourselves lucky, though. It was 6 years ago yesterday that Superstorm Stella dropped 3 feet of snow on us. A Delta Airlines plane getting ready to land in Rochester on Tuesday experienced.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. If you are heading out the door this morning, I would definitely grab the ice scraper and the brush. We did see a little bit more snow last night, and it froze over on the car windshields because we are below freezing this morning. Maybe warm up the car to help with that. I would definitely grab the hat and gloves, the coat, the snow boots, because it is cold and windy to start this morning, and we are still seeing snow on the ground, and you probably don't need your sunglasses for today, maybe later this evening. We are going to be pretty windy today. Wind gusts still reaching up to 40 miles per hour. It's going to feel up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside, and then we will just drop down to a breeze for tomorrow and Friday. Our next windy day, it does come back in on Saturday. So looking ahead to this weekend, it looks to be a little bit warmer on Saturday with highs in the mid-30s, but we see some light rain come in, possibly some snow mixing in as well. And for Sunday, we are cooler, highs just in the upper 20s, cloudy skies with a few lake effect flurries possible to the north. Gary.
Anna, thank you. Following a rough trading day on Monday,
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with a few light snow showers and flurries this morning. As we dry out this afternoon, it's still going to remain pretty cold and windy. Let's take a look at our mountain ice tower camera overlooking Oneonta. We see some smoke flying around this morning, but since it is pretty windy, there is the possibility of some snow to blow around as well. So just be careful of that if you are heading out anywhere, and there's probably is still slippery spots on the roads. We are also seeing a thicker layer of frost because we did see some more snow overnight, and then it froze over as we are all below freezing. So definitely grab the ice scraper, the brush, or warm up the car to get that started this morning. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, seeing a few flurries on our eastern portion of the viewing area, but then towards the western portion, we are actually seeing a few light snow showers. This is coming in from lake effect. The wind is blowing out of the northwest, causing this, but it looks to come to an end later this afternoon with cloudy skies, but it is going to remain pretty windy today. Our sky watchers have us in the 20s, but it feels a lot cooler than that. So we have 21 degrees in Old Forge, 25 degrees in New Hartford and Clinton. And if we look to the south, we have 25 degrees in Cooperstown, in Lawrence, and in Milford here this morning. But the Griffith Park Airport in Rome is measuring 13 degrees for the feels like temperature. So it's going to feel up to 15 degrees cooler today than the actual temperature due to that wind speed with wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Looking ahead this morning at some of the snowfall totals that did fall last night. These are just some of the totals I got this morning because we did see some extra accumulation overnight. We had 14.5 inches in Morris, a little bit over a foot in New Hartford, just under a foot in Old Forge, and Westdale, since it is on our western portion, just got 3 inches. So it looks like areas to the east did receive the feet of snowfall for the whole day yesterday. We do start to warm up a little bit more for tomorrow and for Friday. A light rain, possibly some snow, does return on Saturday with a few showers. We cool down again on Sunday, but it looks to just remain mostly cloudy throughout the day. So for today, expect cloudy skies, windy conditions, and a few light showers this morning. We look to dry out later this afternoon with a few peaks of sunset possible, or a few peaks of sunshine possible right before sunset this evening. Overnight, we see those clouds increase again. We see mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, but a few peaks of sunshine are possible, especially in the southern valleys for the day. So for today, expect some light snow showers to start. We do dry out to cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset, but it remains cold and windy. And then we see an increase in cloud cover again tonight. We see a few peaks of sunshine possible tomorrow with highs in the low 40s. A light rain returns on Friday and Saturday with possibly some snow mixed in there on Saturday, Gary.
Smooth sailing from here.
Hopefully, because as you can see, the first day of spring, it does start to warm up a little bit more. So hopefully it gets better.
I see 90s soon.
Yes, hopefully.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
It is Wednesday, just a
Yes.
couple more days before the big weekend, and it seems like the last 2 days were so long, didn't it?
I know, because I was busy and stuff tracking the snow, but now it just looks like we'll see a few snow showers this morning and then we will dry out, which is good.
Yeah, about time.
Yes, so let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few flurries to our east and a few light snow showers to our west. This is lingering lake effect snow here this morning because we are seeing heavier winds coming out of the northwest. So although temperatures are in the 20s, it's already pretty cold. It feels up to 15 degrees cooler than that temperature because of that wind. So we have 20 degrees in Richfield Springs and 24 degrees in Whitesboro and in Lake Pleasant. So flurries, light snow showers this morning. It dries out this afternoon to cloudy skies, windy conditions for the rest of the day. A few peaks of sunshine are possible right before sunset this evening, and then we see some sunshine once again tomorrow. So for today, expect flurries and light showers this morning. Then we do dry out to cloudy skies, but it's going to be cold and windy today. I will talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. A few light snow showers and flurries this morning. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but everything looks to come to an end later this afternoon. It's just going to be really cold and windy for today. So the flurries and the snow showers end this afternoon. Very cold and windy today. We're looking at wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and those wind chill values around 15 degrees below the actual temperature. The clouds decrease for a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset this evening, and then we do see some more sun tomorrow. Highs tomorrow actually reach the lower 40s, so it does get a little bit warmer and feels a little bit better outside, but still going to be a little bit breezy. So the feels like temperature this morning at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome is 13 degrees, so that is around 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside right now. So definitely make sure to bundle up here this morning as you are heading out the door, and it's going to remain cold for the rest of the day. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. In the ongoing battle against the
New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with a few light showers and flurries this morning, but we will dry out. It's just going to remain really cold and windy today. Let's take a look at the Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. As we can see, still some snow on the roadways, so just take it slow this morning. There may be some slippery spots, and once again, pretty cold and windy. It's feeling up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside. So Nala and her neighbor Daisy this morning are really unhappy about that. Daisy's tail is actually puffed out this morning, so she's a little bit nervous about the snow yesterday and the slippery spots this morning. For the evening commute, though, we do reach above freezing, although it still remains cold and windy, so the roads will start to melt a little bit, maybe a little bit wet on the roadways. So here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few light flurries, even some lighter snow showers. This is due to lingering lake effect this morning because of the wind is coming out of the northwest, and it is a higher wind speed. We're looking at wind speeds up to 20 miles per hour right now. Gusts today could reach up to 40 miles per hour, so once again, it's going to feel pretty cold outside, and that snow does end this afternoon. Our Skywatchers have us in the 20s this morning, 21 degrees in Old Forge, 24 degrees in Inlet, and if we look to the south, we have 23 degrees in Embaston and in Westford. But if we look at our feels like temperature, it actually feels like 13 degrees at the Gervais Park Airport in Rome. So wind chill values are going to be around 10 to 15 below the actual temperature throughout the day. And just looking at some of the snowfall totals that I have received this morning, because we did see a little bit more snow overnight last night that accumulated. So here are some snowfall totals from our Skywatchers. We have 14.5 inches in Morris, 12.5 inches in New Hartford, just under a foot in Old Forge, and just 3 inches in Westdale, because Westdale is on the western portion of our viewing area, and this was a nor'easter, so it did hit the heavier snow towards the east. Looking ahead to our weekend, we do see some more showers return on Saturday, but it looks like it's going to be rain showers mixed in with some snow, and then we cool down on Sunday. We remain cloudy. A few lake effect snow showers are possible to the north on Sunday. So overall, pretty chilly weekend ahead, but we do warm up for tomorrow. So as for today, we will remain cloudy, and that snow will clear out in the afternoon. It's just going to be really windy and cold with feels like temperatures in the teens and lower 20s. As we head into tomorrow, we will be seeing partly sunny skies. We reach the lower to mid 40s, so actually it's going to warm up a little bit more tomorrow with some sunshine south of the Mohawk Valley. So for today, expect a few snow showers and flurries this morning. We dry out to cloudy skies in the afternoon. It's just going to remain cold and windy. A few areas of sunshine are possible right before sunset, but then we see an increase in cloud cover once again overnight. Tomorrow, some extra sunshine comes in as well south of the Mohawk Valley. Highs reach the low 40s, so it will warm up a little bit more. And a cold rain that comes in actually for Friday and for Saturday, possibly mixed in with some snow on Saturday. Gary.
Yeah, look at some sunshine, at least in a few days on that 7-day.
Yes, so the first day of spring looks like we'll be seeing some sun too. So
awesome.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Spring is right around the corner.
Yes.
Hannah, thank you. Well, the time right now is 6:52. Still ahead.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And after a wild couple of days, things are finally calming down for especially those DPW crews out there who worked so tirelessly over the last couple of days.
Yes, so we are just seeing a few light snow showers this morning, but we will dry out this afternoon. It's just going to be cold and windy today.
Yeah, and as we saw on the Cooperstown camera, those DPW crews still out there trying to clear many of the
Yes.
roadways that they didn't get to yesterday. So.
Yes, so a lot of the roads are still slippery this morning, so just be careful when driving. And let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few late snow flurries in the area, even just some lighter snow showers. This is due to lingering lake effect now because a wind has picked up from the northwest, blowing over Lake Ontario. And this morning we are pretty chilly. We are in the 20s. It's going to feel around 10 to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature outside. We have just 24 degrees in Whitesboro and 26 degrees in Little Falls. So flurries and light snow showers this morning, but it does end this afternoon. We are just going to be cloudy, cold, and windy today. A few peaks of sunshine are possible right before sunset, and then a few more peaks of sunshine are possible tomorrow as we reach the low 40s. So for today, expect some light snow showers to start. Then we dry out to cloudy skies. It remains cold and windy throughout the day. And then we'll talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Let's get right to it now. This storm left a good snow in driveways, and while it's not something we all look forward to, if you live here, it's just one of those things that has to get done. Folks were out shoveling and snow blowing all day yesterday across the area, and some we talked to just don't care too much for the snow, but say we definitely have had a pretty easy winter.
If you live around here long enough, you just got to deal with it, you know what I mean? And you're used to it. It's better than floods and all that other stuff.
I look at the weather out west. Tornadoes, hurricane, blah, 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 earthquakes, floods, and I look at here, And especially now with the global warming and all that. This is nothing. We get, what, 4 or 6 weeks of bad snow, so what?
Actually, it's been kind of easy. I think. We haven't gotten pummeled with this much snow like all winter. It hasn't been bad. And you know, your weather team did good, I think.
Our weather team definitely brought that snow on, didn't we, Hannah? And we should consider ourselves lucky, though. It was actually 6 years ago yesterday that Superstorm Stella dropped 3 feet of snow on us. Well, we got our hands on some Ring security video that's
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies this morning, a few light snow showers and flurries, but it is going to be cold and windy today. Let's take a look at the Cavie Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. As we can see, cloudy skies right now. Some of the roads may still be a little bit slippery this morning, so just be careful when driving. And we are waking up with a thicker layer of frost because we did see some snowfall more overnight, and that froze over as our temperatures did fall below freezing. So just make sure you give yourself a little extra time to grab the ice scraper, the brush, or maybe warm up the car. Here is the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few light flurries still lingering around here this morning. This was from lake effect earlier from that wind coming out of the northwest, but as you can see, it's starting to clear out now, and we do look to be dry this afternoon. Our sky watchers have us pretty chilly. We're all in the 20s, 25 degrees in Clinton and New Hartford. And if we do look to the south, we have 23 degrees in Westford and in Evanston. But it feels up to 10 to maybe even a little bit more degrees cooler. It feels like 12 degrees, and that's being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome because it is very windy, and it will remain windy for the entire day left over from the nor'easter. It warms up a little bit more tomorrow and Friday, and then on Saturday we will be in the mid-30s with a few light rain showers, possibly some snow mixed in there as well. We dry out for Sunday with cloudy skies, but it's going to be much cooler with highs just in the upper 20s. So for today, expect cloudy skies. It's going to remain cold and windy. A few peaks of sunshine are possible this evening right before sunset. Tonight, we will see an increase in cloud cover once again, and lows fall into the 20s. And tomorrow looks partly sunny. It looks like we could be seeing some snow to the north, and highs are going to be in the low to mid 40s. So if we do see any snow, it doesn't look to stick. So for the rest of today, expect light snow showers and flurries to start. We dry out to cloudy skies this afternoon, but it remains cold and windy. A few peaks of sunshine are possible before sunset. And then as we head into the overnight hours, we see an increase in cloud cover with the low in the 20s. So for tomorrow, some more peaks of sunshine are possible, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. We see highs reach the lower to mid 40s. Friday, a cold rain comes in for St. Patrick's Day as highs reach the mid 40s. And on Saturday, we do see some more rain showers, possibly mixed in with some light snow showers as we drop to right above freezing. And for the first day of spring, we see some extra sunshine with highs in the low 40s.
Day of rest for many after that exhausting shoveling, snow blowing, and snow plowing all day yesterday. But now the cold has moved in. Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now with a look at how long this spell will last. Hannah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yes, at this point we are dry, but we are very cold and windy with wind chills today only expected to be in the lower teens. So let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry conditions now. We did see some light lake effect moving through this morning, but now we are all dried out. It's just going to be cloudy for this afternoon. Temperatures will reach near 30, but look at the feels like temperature, just 15 degrees, so we could be up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature for today because of that wind. So really cold and windy today. We actually see a few peaks of sunshine possible right before sunset, and tomorrow a few more peaks of sunshine are possible. We actually warm up a little bit more tomorrow with highs in the lower 40s. So for the rest of today, we will reach the lower 30s, see a few peaks of sunshine before sunset, but it's going to be cold and windy. And I will talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. The nor'easter that brought us some snow caused much bigger problems in many other areas here in the Northeast. For the latest, we turn to NBC's Emily Ikeda, who joins us not far from us over in Troy, near Albany.
Well, the good news is that the worst of the snowfall has already passed, but what we're continuing to see lingering threats in these incredibly powerful wind gusts that are powering through the northeast region. Here in the Troy, Albany, New York area, we're seeing 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and that is the chief point of concern for officials, because not only does that present a problem for utility workers to swiftly and safely restore power, but it also could topple more power lines and continue to cause widespread power outages. We've seen hundreds of thousands of people in the northeast in the dark in these frigid temperatures. Roughly 8,000 utility workers in New York alone working to feverishly respond and restore power for folks. Officials are warning for dangerous and potentially difficult travel conditions in parts of the northeast region. We saw more than 1,200 flight cancellations yesterday. Already nearly 200 flights have been nixed in the U.S. so far today. LaGuardia Airport reporting significant delays because of powerful winds. The other thing I want to show you people are up against is the consistency of the snow. It's not light and fluffy. This is icy, heavy, wet snow because when the snow fell, it was around the time of freezing temperatures. And so that makes the snow really heavy to clean up, not to mention it could continue to break tree branches and knock over power lines. This nor'easter, even though the bulk of it is leaving the coast, it's continuing to bring a lasting impact. Guys, back to you.
And that was NBC's Emily Ikeda reporting from Troy over in Rensselaer County. A central New York man has been arrested after
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking cloudy skies for today, and it's going to be cold and windy. Let's take a look at our Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. As you can see, it is shaking a little bit. It's pretty windy outside, and we are seeing cloudy skies, but there's a possibility to see a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset. If we take a look now at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the flurries and light snow showers that were still lingering this morning has since moved out, and we are completely dry across the region, but we are just seeing cloudy skies at the moment and a wind coming out of the northwest. So it is bringing in some cooler air, and it's making it feel a lot cooler than that actual temperature. Temperatures from our sky watchers are only in the 20s to begin with. We have 29 degrees in Clinton, Ilion, Mohawk, and in Cooperstown. But looking at our feels like temperature, this is being measured at the Rivers Park Airport in Rome. It feels like 15 degrees, so it's feeling up to 15 degrees cooler than that actual temperature outside because of that wind. So overall, just a chilly day outside today with cloudy skies and windy conditions. It drops down to just a breeze for tomorrow and for Friday, but the wind does look to pick up once again for Saturday, making it feel a little bit cooler than the actual temperature. And Nala and her neighbor today, Daisy, are not too happy about that. Daisy is a little nervous and scared. She has her tail puffed out because of the snow that was happening and now the cold air and the wind. Just be careful for the commute for this afternoon and evening. Roads are going to be wet, not so much slippery anymore, so it shouldn't really be a problem, but anything that did go untreated may be a little bit wet as we do reach above freezing for the high temperature today. Looking ahead to the weekend, it looks like rain's going to come in for Saturday. We will be seeing a few light rain showers and snow showers. It's going to be mixed as our highs reach above freezing, but then we cool down once again on Sunday. Highs just reach the upper 20s and we see cloudy skies, but the first day of spring on Monday looks to get a little bit warmer with some extra sunshine. For the rest of today, once again, expect cloud cover, windy conditions. A few peaks of sunshine are possible before sunset, but then an increase in clouds will occur once again overnight. It is possible to see a few peaks of sunshine tomorrow, but we do look to see more clouds, and there is also possible to see a few light lake effect snow showers to the north. So for today, expect windy conditions, cloudy skies, feels like temperatures up to 15 degrees cooler than that actual temperature. And then we will be seeing partly cloudy skies tonight. Tomorrow, a few peaks of sunshine are possible. We warm up a little bit more with highs in the low 40s. A cold rain makes a return on St. Patrick's Day with some showers lingering on Saturday, but it looks to warm up next week for the first day of spring on Monday. Gary.
All right, about time.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Well, a manhunt is now underway For the former chief of this half hour, once again, here is meteorologist Hannah Evans.
We are tracking dry conditions now after seeing lingering lake effect this morning. It's just going to remain cloudy and cold. Let's take a look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry conditions across our area. We are seeing cloudy skies, but it is very cold because it's windy. So we just have 29 degrees being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Roan, but it feels like 17 degrees because we have a 17 miles per hour wind speed. So very cold and windy today with those wind chill temperatures feeling up to 15 degrees below the actual temperature. It is possible to see a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset this evening, and then a few peaks of sunshine are going to be possible tomorrow. We warm up a little bit tomorrow as well with highs in the low 40s. For the rest of today, though, we will be seeing windy conditions, and then we see a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Millions of Americans are waking up to dangerous conditions as major storms slam both coasts. Here on the East Coast, a powerful nor'easter dumping feet of snow and some spots seeing 60-mile-an-hour winds. While out west, they're dealing with more flash flooding as relentless rain soaks California. Emily Ikeda has more now from Troy.
Overnight, treacherous travel as the last gasps of a powerful nor'easter pummel the Northeast. The storm dropping heavy snow on the region, more than 30 inches in some areas.
It's definitely been the worst this year.
Slick roads causing hundreds of accidents across New England and New York.
We're sliding left and right, just almost straight into like the poles and off the road.
In Connecticut, 2 people were taken to the hospital when a tree toppled onto a plow truck. This city bus and a truck skidding off the road in Massachusetts. Gusty winds impacting travel on the ground and in the air. The danger seen here as a plane swerves while struggling to land in Rochester, New York. The powerful winds also whipping up massive waves along the coast. Wet snow weighing down trees and power lines, causing hundreds of thousands to wake up in the dark across the region. And in many places like Albany, still no timeline on when the power will be restored. Shovels, plows, and snow blowers now rushing to keep up after a mild winter. Across the country in California, rain, snow, and hurricane-force wind gusts reaching 90 miles an hour. Part of a drenching new storm moving down the coast and slamming the already soaked state. Millions under flood watches across Southern California this morning. And in downtown San Francisco, high winds blowing out a window and damaging others from a 52-story skyscraper, leading officials to issue a shelter-in-place order around the area. While landslides threaten homes in Santa Rosa.
It's a huge runoff, like a waterfall.
And in Monterey County, more rescues by California's National Guard. As communities look to rebuild, with crews scrambling to fix this breached levee that led to devastating flooding.
Emily Ikeda reporting. Well, that snow that...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are continuing to see cloudy skies, and it is going to remain cold and windy. Let's take a look at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. As we can see, that flag is blowing, pretty windy outside at this point, and the roads are just a little bit wet, so they may be a little bit slippery. Just be careful for that, but we are all dried out. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar tracking dry conditions now. Once again, just continuing to see cloudy skies and windy conditions coming out of the northwest, so it is kind of bringing in some cooler air. We are going to feel about 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature today. According to our sky watchers, we are already pretty cold this afternoon. We are in the 20s, 29 degrees in Clinton, Ilion, Mohawk, and in Cooperstown. And if we take a look at that feels like temperature, it actually feels like 17 degrees. That's being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. So it's going to feel up to 15 degrees cooler than the actual temperature all throughout the day today due to that wind speed. So we are remaining windy, wind gusts possibly up to 40 miles per hour today. And we drop down to a breeze for tomorrow and Friday, but windy windy conditions do make a return once again on Saturday. And this weekend is looking a little bit iffy. It looks like we're just going to be seeing some light showers on Saturday, possibly mixed in with some rain and some snow. Highs are going to be in the mid-30s. As for Sunday, we cool down. Highs are just going to be in the upper 20s, and once again gets windy for Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to be cloudy for the day on Sunday. As for the rest of today, it will remain cloudy for a little bit longer. A few peaks of sunshine are possible right before sunset, but it does remain windy and cold. Tonight, we see an increase in cloud cover once again, and we see more clouds and sun tomorrow, but a few areas of sunshine are possible, especially south of the Mohawk Valley, and it is possible to see a few light lake effect snow showers to the north. So for today, expect windy and cold conditions. We are going to continue to see cloudy skies with a few peaks of sunshine before sunset, and overnight lows tonight falling around 20. Tomorrow we warm up a little bit more. Highs will be in the low 40s and not as windy. A cold rain comes back in for St. Patrick's Day, so we are going to be seeing some rain on St. Patrick's Day, possibly some mixed precipitation on Saturday, and it looks pretty nice for next week. The first day of spring begins on Monday, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. And now to a very frightening moment for one North Carolina.
Very busy day yesterday, and today, all calm, cleanup time.
Yeah, things are looking pretty nice. We do have to watch one thing tonight with the weather being dry, getting the sunshine. Once the sun sets, the melting snow could be a little slippery on untreated surfaces. Actually, a pretty favorable setup for black ice tonight, so just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you're going to be heading out this evening or tomorrow morning, too, because it could be a little slippery, unexpectedly so. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. It turned out to be a beautiful day. Boy, that sunshine is so strong in the month of March. That sun angle is much higher. We'll talk more about how much higher that sun angle is and what it's like comparatively. We have a west-northwest wind, though, working against that warmth at 20 miles an hour, making it feel more like 23. But the winds will be dying down tonight. We're looking at more sunshine tomorrow, pleasant weather, and some warmer weather is ahead. We're going to see a lot of melting snow. So if you're a fan of the snow and really haven't had much of a winter here, you want to get out and enjoy the snow while we have it. Partly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the low 30s. Tracking our next weather maker, bringing some rain here later this week. Look at that forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A local not-for-profit is changing their address and their
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Amazing what the sunshine can do, right? Of course, it was a windy day, too, and it definitely felt cold. Let's take a live look outside. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and it's been a generally cloudy day. Here's a time lapse of the day. This is about 5 hours worth of time from our CAVV tower cam, and the clouds were very tough, but we did see sunshine, clearing skies throughout the day. Look at that. It's just like cleaning right off the sky. And this is our current picture. It is a sunny late afternoon to early evening across central New York with the sunshine that's melting the snow. Temperatures are above freezing, and that strong March sunshine is going to melt quite a bit of snow on sidewalks, pavement. When the sun sets tonight, be careful, because what will happen is that water will freeze over. Temperatures are going to fall quickly after sunset, and I'm concerned here on untreated surfaces, sidewalks, driveways, parking lots. Could be very slippery tonight. Through tomorrow morning, up until about sunrise tomorrow, then any black ice will have a tendency to melt. But again, just something to keep in the back of your mind tonight if you're going to be heading out. Temperatures are, again, generally above freezing in the lower elevations. Dolgeville 34, Whitesboro 34 degrees, Westmoreland 37. Across the southern valleys, Cooperstown 33, Sherburne 37, Hamilton with 32. Again, a nice evening to take the dog out for a walk. You get the extra sunshine now that the clock's changed. It's daylight through 7 o'clock. Wilson from New Hartford is tonight's featured dog. If you want to be part of this, head to Facebook. Just search for Bill's Buddies. That nor'easter is still on the map. Of course, now it's to the east, but we are seeing the wind with it. There's lots of wind in the atmosphere today between low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west. The change in pressure is what causes the wind, and it will be breezy tonight. The winds will be dying down tomorrow. We'll see a lot less wind, along with some warmer temperatures. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low 20s. Tomorrow, looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds. Can't rule out a flurry across the north country. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. We're generally dry tomorrow night. Some late showers return before Friday morning, and we're looking at some scattered rain showers throughout Friday afternoon. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. So St. Patrick's Day looking green on the map, but looking pretty gray outside. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 20. Tomorrow looking at mix of sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It does get colder as we head into the weekend, looking at some rain and snow showers Saturday, snow showers Sunday, but the first day of spring, we'll see a change in the weather too. Temperatures will be in the 40s next week with more opportunities for sunshine. And coming up in a few minutes, we're talking about the March sun and how much stronger it is compared to just a few weeks ago.
And boy, do we need it.
Yeah.
Definitely missed that.
Right,
Speaking of sun, so the Webb Space Telescope captured an amazing rare image of a giant dying star. NASA released this picture. This is WR124, located 15,000 light years from Earth. Dying stars cast off their outer layers before they explode and go supernova. The result is halos and infrared gas and dust. That's what you're seeing here. NASA said this star is about 30 times the mass of the sun. Studying stars like this helps astronomers understand what happened in the early days of the universe. That's when dying stars exploded and released heavy elements that ended up on Earth and even inside our own bodies.
That's a real picture. That's not a painting. That is a picture taken by the telescope.
Yeah, the Webb telescope just continues to turn out these amazing, really unbelievable, out of this world image. It's incredible technology.
Absolutely, so cool. Hey, this is pretty cool too. NASA unveiling today new gear that NASA says the spacesuit incorporates the latest technology and added protection from the hazards hanging out with the sun.
Yeah, we're going to talk some science about the sun here today. You notice how much stronger it feels like when you get in the car on a sunny day. It's already warm. You don't get that in the wintertime as much, and that's because it has to do with the sun angle. And the winter solstice, the sun angle at solar noon is only 23.5 degrees above the horizon, but by today, that goes up to 45 degrees. And while that might not sound like a whole lot, when you do the math and you do some trigonometry here, the sun is 77% stronger today than it was on December 21st. And that will, of course, continue to get stronger as we head closer to springtime and into the summer. I want to give a shout out to some young, very friendly, very active faces today. This is the Albany Elementary School. The first and second graders, we had a blast chatting about the weather. They were ready for spring. Done with snow days. They don't have any left, so they don't want another snowstorm. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're looking at pretty quiet weather here, by the way, for the next couple of days. Temperatures this evening will drop below freezing, partly sunny skies. Should be nice weather tonight to check out the International Space Station. I'll let you know what time it flies by locally coming up. Back over to you.
Millions of people are under severe weather alerts in California due to rain, floods, wind, snow. No, I'm not done yet. Mudslides, too.
A state of emergency has been expanded to cover 43 of the state's 58 counties. And reporter Mike Valerio is in Ventura, California, where entire communities have been overrun by floodwaters.
It's just really horrible to watch people's lives just washed out.
An 11th atmospheric river system barely giving Californians a chance to catch their breath.
We weren't expecting it to be as bad as we're seeing it.
Most of the state, millions of people under a state of emergency Wednesday.
That flash flood came in and just took out things from people's yards, kids' toys, our garden. Everything is just down under Santa Ana now.
Our worst nightmare came true. We had failure at the levee.
Engineers made progress shoring up the Pajaro River levee breach Tuesday night, but not before floodwaters ravaged hundreds of homes. More than 2,000 people have been evacuated, says Monterey County Sheriff.
There it goes. Oh, my God. Oh.
In Northern California, high winds toppled trees and power lines.
Anyway, there goes my neighbor's house.
More than 180,000 homes knocked offline statewide, says Power Outage US.
We have heard reports of people seeing things flying through San Francisco.
Gusts so strong, they blew windows out of this San Francisco high-rise.
It's glass.
The building was like
shaking a little bit.
Another threat in higher elevations, mudslides, like the one that crashed into this home in Placer County.
They described that a tree came through one of their windows and then it sounded like a train hitting their house.
This storm is expected to move out by Thursday, but forecasters say another is right behind it early next week. In Ventura County, California, I'm Mike Valerio.
You know, you watch pictures like that, you see video like that, and you think, oh, it's so far removed, it's so far away. Well, it is our country, and I mean, it wasn't long ago we were talking about the historic flooding that our area has seen, and we saw pictures like that, people losing their homes and trees uprooted, and you know, it's not as far away as you think.
It isn't, and they just had all of that drought. And because it was so dry, this water's got nowhere to go, and now they're inundated. They're wishing for a day where it was just a little bit dry. All right, moving on now. The EPA is proposing new regulations to make drinking water safe.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A lovely day across Central New York. Getting some sunshine later in the afternoon. And we're holding on to the sunshine this evening. Let's take a live look outside. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Boy, that radar looks very different than it did yesterday. It is expected to be clear as we head into this evening. It's still cold outside with that wind. The wind has a bite to it. This is a live look at our Utica National Tower Cam looking over at Cooperstown. You can see the flag waving around. The sun shines out with temperatures climbing above freezing today and falling below freezing tonight. The melting snow will be refreezing on untreated surfaces. We call this black ice. Be careful tonight. There could be some slippery spots, especially in the lower elevations of the Mohawk Valley where temperatures have been warmer today. If you're heading out this evening with clear skies in place, that also means we'll be able to see the International Space Station. This flies by locally at 8:36. Visible for 3 minutes. It appears in the southwestern sky and it disappears in the southeast. This will go into Earth's shadow, which means, well, if you're watching it tonight, it will just disappear as it heads to the southeast. Pretty cool sight to see. Again, that's 8:36 this evening with, again, clear skies expected. Barneveld, 34 degrees. Middleville, 34. Schuyler, 31. Micah, New Hartford, 33. Old Forge, Inlet, 29. Edmonston, 29 degrees. Christopher checking in with us. Mark and Milford, 29. Ted and Morris with 32 degrees. Nor'easter to the east, still drawing winds for the northwest today. The winds will become lighter as we head into tomorrow as high pressure builds in. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, partly cloudy skies tonight, down into the teens, so it'll be a cold night. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds. Can't rule out a flurry north of the valley. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. Weather looks dry tomorrow evening. Tomorrow night, some light rain will be returning very late. Friday morning, 8 o'clock, some light rain showers move into the area. It's cold rain, too, for St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. Partly cloudy skies tonight, down to 20. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds, less windy and warmer, high of 41. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Some lingering showers and some cold weather as we head into the weekend. Saturday's high 35. Sunday we're down to 28. But we do make a turnaround. Spring begins Monday, 42. Sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'm talking about how the colder temperatures tonight create some frost. And I'll let you know how much longer it will take to scrape off your car first thing tomorrow morning. Stay with us.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Nice to see the sunshine coming out today. Of course, the wind quite strong. We will lose the wind as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures will slowly warm up. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry this evening. Temperature-wise, we're at 35 degrees, but that wind has quite a bite to it today, making it feel like 24. Still currently from the west-northwest at 22 miles an hour. So a very windy evening is expected, but the winds will drop down tonight. As temperatures fall below freezing, it's a very favorable setup for black ice, where snow melt today freezes on untreated surfaces after sunset. Something to be on the lookout for not only tonight, but also tomorrow morning. More sunshine tomorrow. Some melting snow is to be expected. Temperatures look to warm up as we get into the end of the week. Partly sunny skies this evening. Temperatures in the low 30s. We are tracking some unsettled weather as we head into St. Patrick's Day. Look at your forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Albany has filed for bank.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Beautiful day today. Of course, that wind was quite strong. We're tracking some warmer temperatures as we head into the rest of the week, but the weather also turns unsettled. Let's take a live look outside. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is clear across the area. We're dry. Live look at our Mountain Ice Oneonta camera. You can see the sun's getting lower in the sky, casting that shadow. Tonight, as temperatures fall below freezing, watch out on untreated surfaces. Lots of melting snow, especially in the lower elevations, where temperatures were several degrees above freezing. This is a setup for patchy black ice. That's when snow melt refreezes on untreated surfaces. This will continue all the way through tomorrow morning, too. In addition to that, this is also a setup for frost tonight. And the frost could be pretty thick by tomorrow morning, so I would budget a few extra minutes to scrape off your car first thing tomorrow morning. International Space Station flies by tonight with clear skies. The flyby time is 8:36. It's visible for 3 minutes. It appears in the south-southwest and disappears in the south-southeast. This will also disappear behind Earth's shadow tonight. So if you do have the time, it is worth checking out. Temperatures this evening, Curtis Corners 33, Alder Creek 29, Old Forge Bill with 29 degrees, John and Schuyler 31. Across Southern Valleys, Helen and Cassville 29 degrees, Newport 35, Lyman and Eaton with 31. We've got that nor'easter to our east. The winds, that's what's driving the wind today. But as this system continues to move away from us and weaken, the winds will be dying down. And our weather stays pretty quiet, at least for the short term. We're dry tonight, partly cloudy, down into the teens. We start out tomorrow morning with a mix of sunshine and clouds. A very weak disturbance tomorrow afternoon could cause a snow shower north of the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. Tomorrow night, the weather looks pretty quiet. Some light rain arrives late tomorrow night and into early Friday. There's an area of low pressure that moves to our west and brings widespread steady rain throughout Friday. And it's a cold rain for St. Patrick's Day, with temperatures only climbing into the upper 30s to low 40s. Partly cloudy tonight. We're down to 20. Again, watch out for some icy spots overnight. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds. It's less windy and it is warmer. High temperature of 41. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain on Friday, 41 degrees. Showers Saturday, snow showers Sunday. It is colder this weekend, but the weather starts to warm up next week. We're into the 40s again beginning on Monday, which is also the first day of spring. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, the Colgate men's basketball team, meteorologist Bill Curtis. You've got some pretty cool video you want to share with us.
Yeah, I've been working with our Nexus tower camera, some new software. I want to thank our chief engineer, Tom McNichol, for helping this set up, and also Eric Gage for taking care of this. I'm talking about a time lapse. Check this out.
Okay.
This was earlier this evening. Beautiful, clear
Look
skies.
at that.
And
that is sharp.
This is just breathtaking. The sun goes down, and you can actually see Jupiter coming into the picture here right after the sun goes down, right... Wait for it. Right there.
There it is. Right there.
There's Jupiter in the western sky, so pretty cool there. That picture, by the way, that video is posted on my Facebook page if you want to take a closer look. Let's take a look at the radar this evening. Things are looking quiet. It's cold out there. Temperatures have fallen below freezing. Do watch out for some icy spots tonight. As temperatures continue to drop into the 20s, we'll see some frost, too. To start out tomorrow morning. Current temperature is 27 degrees, clear skies, light wind. But thankfully, the wind has become a lot lighter. It's been a very windy day. We drop down into the low 20s tonight under partly cloudy skies. Got to look at a pretty nice Thursday before rain returns on Friday. Look at your forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Stocks fell today.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look outside. No, of course it's not live. This is our Cabby Tower Cam. This is a time lapse. Check it out. Looks really cool here. This was the last, this was from 5 o'clock until 8:30 this evening. You can see the sun setting and city lights coming on. Beautiful scene here. It's nice to see clear skies across the area. Here's a live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's pretty quiet across the area. With the sunset tonight, temperatures falling below freezing. There's some ice that's forming on untreated surfaces from the snow that we saw melting today, refreezing. It can make things slippery. Just something to keep in mind through tomorrow morning. Also, a little bit of frost is possible. I think you'll need to budget a minute or two to scrape it off your car windshield first thing tomorrow morning. Let's talk about the sun angle. The sun is getting higher in the sky as we're getting closer to spring. And that sun angle, which is 23.5 degrees on December 21st, it's the winter solstice, has now gotten almost to 45 degrees above the horizon. And so while that might not seem like a lot, that change in sun angle, doing some of the math, produces 77% more energy in the same area compared to the winter solstice. So that sun is much, much stronger here. We'll see some of that sunshine tomorrow as the nor'easter that we saw yesterday continues to move away from us. We'll see improving conditions in our weather. Tonight is cold. Looking at partly cloudy skies, overnight lows drop down into the teens. I think we see some sunshine tomorrow. Some flurries are possible north, but I think Skycast is just overdoing a lot of this. Temperatures climb close to 40 degrees. Tomorrow night, the weather looks quiet. The weather does turn unsettled on Friday. We're expecting widespread showers to roll in from the west. Temperatures climb above freezing. In fact, we'll be into the low 40s, but it's going to be a cold rain as we head into Friday afternoon. Partly cloudy skies tonight, down to 20. Tomorrow, sunshine and clouds, and it's less windy. That is one thing I do want to stress, especially compared to such a windy day today. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. St. Patrick's Day, the only green you'll see outside is on the radar. It's going to be a gray, kind of dreary, but I mean, it is what it is. Temperatures in the low 40s. Some scattered showers here both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday rain showers, Sunday snow showers. Spring begins Monday, and it actually starts to feel more like it with temperatures in the 40s.
We'll bring out our green ties. That's all we got.
I can't even do that.
You can't even do that because of the green screen. This is what happens.
I know.
All right.
I'm a mess.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, recent California storms over the forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. You've got a pretty cool video you want to share with everybody. And this is awesome.
Yeah, this is showing off some new equipment, and want to thank our Chief Engineer, Tom McNichol, and also Eric Gage for helping me out put this together. It's a time lapse from a new tower cam on our Nexus on the Nexus Center, and check this out. Just a gorgeous shot here. Nice clear skies, and just gorgeous sunset taking place across central New York. And then towards the end of this, I want to point out you can see Jupiter showing up as the sun sets right about here.
There it is.
There, Jupiter in the western sky. So pretty neat to see that. As skies remain clear tonight, it will continue to cool off. Let's take a look at the Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar this evening. It is a nice evening. At least the weather's quiet, and it's less windy compared to this time yesterday. We're going to continue to see temperatures fall into the 20s. Watch out for some icy spots, too. We had some melting snow earlier today, and now that we're below freezing, any standing water on untreated surfaces will tend to freeze. Current temperature is 25 degrees. Heading into tonight, we drop down into the low 20s under partly cloudy skies. Pretty nice day tomorrow, but rain returns as we head into St. Patrick's Day. We're timing that out coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Stocks fell today.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a look at the CAVV Tower Cam. This is a time lapse of the sunset this evening. You can see the city lights coming out. Clear skies and just a beautiful night across central New York. As temperatures continue to tumble below freezing, that will set the stage for some patchy black ice. Again, looking nice and dry in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Watch out on untreated surfaces overnight. As temperatures fall below freezing, we'll have those icy spots show up. Sidewalks, driveways, parking lots in particular could be a little icy. And that continues through tomorrow morning. Up until about sunrise, temperatures will quickly climb above freezing tomorrow, so this won't be as much of an issue. A little bit of frost, too, tonight as temperatures fall below freezing. You might want to budget a minute or two to scrape off your car windshield first thing tomorrow morning. I want to talk about the sun angle. With the sun being out today and being so bright, It is very much brighter compared to just a few months ago. The winter solstice taking place about 2 months ago, well, close to 3 months ago now, December 21st. The sun angle, 23.5 degrees above the horizon, so very low in the sky. Since then, the sun angle has climbed to 45 degrees above the horizon. So that's today's sun angle. And while that may not seem like a large distance, it ends up being very significant. And when you do the math here, that change in angle, a little bit of trigonometry, that produces a lot more energy. In fact, we'll go back to this graphic, 77% more energy today compared to the winter solstice. And that's going to continue to get stronger as the sun gets higher in the sky over the next several weeks. The radar and satellite image showing pretty quiet weather. The wind today being driven by the nor'easter that's offshore. It will continue to weaken, so the winds will be dying down throughout the course of the day tomorrow. It should be a pretty nice day tomorrow. Looking at our Stern Tracker 2 Skycast, it's dry overnight. Temperatures drop down into the low 20s. Tomorrow is a nice day. Could see a brief flurry north of the Mohawk Valley. I think Skycast is overdoing that. Temperatures climb above freezing. The weather remains dry tomorrow night. Some rain develops heading into early Friday morning, and it looks to be a soaking and cold rain throughout Friday afternoon, with temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 20. Tomorrow, less windy and pleasant. Mix of sunshine and clouds, a high of 41. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. St. Patrick's Day looking gray. Temperatures in the low 40s. Scattered showers over the weekend. Chilly on Sunday, 28. But it does warm up next week. First day of spring.
Hey, not too bad.
On Monday, temperatures in the 40s. We will get there one way or the other.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next,